Are we live? I ask every time. Sweet. We're back. Better than ever. Welcome back. Thanks for joining us. All thousands of you listening. This is episode... What episode are we on?
13.
This is... No, it's not.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was 11. Okay, it's episode 13, season 2, episode 1 of the Devin J. Swifney podcast. It feels good. It's like that opening day feeling. You know what I'm saying? You feel me, Luke?
Mm-hmm.
Luke's here as always. He set everything up, tech guy. I guess before we get started, I got to tell you about our official sponsor. It's that time of the year. Your lawn is getting a little thick with 2 C's. You got to trim it. You don't feel like doing it. Maybe you even need a website. Call Borglum Bros Lawn Cutting and Multimedia Services Incorporated. That's right.
No, LLC?
Limited liability. That's right. It's limited liability. They'll cut your lawn. They'll build you a website. All with the intimate family-owned business feel. Use promo code DJS Podcast for the best deal in town. That's DJS Podcast. Best deal in town. I guess we got some changes coming up for season 2. I don't even know. They're not like huge changes, just like constructive criticisms, I guess. That's what we used to call them. The episodes are going to be a little shorter. Less than an hour, probably. 25, 30, 40 minutes. Does that sound good? Similar format. We just don't want to bore anyone to death. I think the longest one last season was like an hour 40, maybe.
Hour 20, maybe.
And like my dad falls asleep early, so. But we got a stacked lineup for season 2. We'll have some hot takes coming. We're going to try and incorporate some more current events, like recent happenings. That's what they're called, right? Current events. And then the last thing, well, I've never sworn on here before, but should we open up the floodgates? No, I'm not going to. It won't be anything too crazy, but maybe like a 5-word limit or something. I don't know. But just like season 1, at the beginning of the season, we set some goals. So it's tradition around here. We're a group of go-getters here. Anything we do, we always set some goals, especially in life. We did it at the start of the first season. So I have a couple of goals. I was going to write 6, but I didn't write anything for 4 and 5. But the first one's have fun. Let that sink in. Number 2, we're going to try and learn something each, or I'm going to try and learn something each episode, learn something new. I want to be able to say, I didn't know this 25, 30, 40 minutes ago. And then number 3, we want to get to 100 subscribers. We have 42 right now on the YouTube channel. That one's easy. Just go tell your friends, your family members, your cousin, your long-lost uncle. Hey, I haven't talked to you in a while. Subscribe to this podcast. And then I didn't write anything for number 4, number 5, but maybe I'll think of something for episode 2. But number 6 is win at all costs. We're just going to win. That's all. So the next thing I want to talk about, when was the last episode, Luke?
I'd have to check.
It was like December something. It was after Christmas, before New Year, I think. New Year's. I don't know. Maybe it was like December. It was the 27th. It doesn't matter. But a lot of things have happened since the last episode of the Devin J. Swifney podcast. 2018 happened. Stay woke. Wake up, people. It's 2018. Luke and I both turned 21. How does it feel?
Life-changing.
Yeah. So all of you that aren't 21 yet, you just won't understand, you know? We got our 42nd YouTube subscriber. So whoever that was, thank you. We're at 42 now. The Lions hired a new head coach. On my birthday was the press conference.
December 23rd was the last one.
Before Christmas?
Mm-hmm.
Dang. So, yeah, it's already May. That was 5 months ago. Okay. So a lot has happened in the 5 months. I got 4 haircuts in those 5 months, and I gave Luke 2 haircuts. So it's been that long.
I'm still in the same haircut. And I haven't cut it since the last time you cut it.
Wow.
A buzz.
A lot has happened, folks. And then lastly, I think I mentioned on the last season of the Devin J. Swiftney podcast that I stepped in poop in some white shoes that I had, so I retired those shoes. I don't wear them anymore. I cleaned them after I stepped in poop, but so I think we're gonna do I think I'm gonna give those away to a lucky listener. But how should we do that? I don't know. Leave a comment in the comment section and say hashtag poop shoes. And then we'll pick one lucky commenter and I'll sign the shoes and deliver them personally. A couple of things that have not happened since the last episode of the Devin J. Swiftney podcast. We never got a company credit card. We were going to do that just because we need to be able to spend all the money, you know. We never put a satellite in space either. That was one of our goals from the first season of the podcast. Another thing that has not happened, me giving up on my dreams of being a professional athlete. So I'm just trying to get better every day, you know. What else? Okay, let's talk about some stuff. So another thing, Facebook. Luke, do you still have a Facebook account?
Mm-hmm.
I'm thinking about deleting mine because of the Cambridge Analytica scandal. Heard about it?
Heard about it. Don't know about it.
So I guess the Zuck gave away a lot of our personal. The Zuck being Mark Zuckerberg, he gave away a lot of our personal information. So I've been thinking about deleting my Facebook lately, but I don't know. What do you think? You gonna keep it?
I would. I was already considering deleting it because I don't use it enough, so I don't really know. I don't know enough about it.
I think I don't even use my Facebook enough to go on there and delete it. That's the thing. But I guess I was reading up on the issue, and I guess Cambridge Analytica, whatever that is. Ever heard of them?
Nope.
Cambridge Analytica. It sounds like a sportswear company, but I guess they were creating something for Facebook, and Facebook just gave them all of our personal information and all of our friends' personal information. So I'm not having it. That's enough about the Zuck. The Pistons parted ways with Stan Van Gundy today. We were talking about this with my dad earlier. I guess the Pistons are tired of being in NBA purgatory. Just being average. So what do you think about that, Luke?
I liked him as a coach. I didn't like him as a general manager in the office.
Okay. I want Chauncey Billups around here. They should hire Sheed as that next head coach. That'd be sweet. Sheed. I don't know. The Pistons were terrible. They're always terrible. I would think I would watch them more if they were competing for the worst record to try and get the first pick in the draft. I would watch them more then than I do now, just because they're so average. Sorry, I had to catch my breath. I've been talking a lot. Yep. Anyways, parted ways with Stan Van Gundy. I don't even know who. Do we know who the rumored next? So he's not even the head coach anymore, right? He's gone.
He's gone.
Okay. Do we know who the next guy next in line is?
Per Woj.
Woj bomb.
They're expected to consider a 14-year vet. They said Brent Barry in the front office. I don't know about
not head coach.
No, not head coach. Because that's filling two positions that they got to do.
I wonder if they would think about Jeff Van Gundy as the head coach. Stan's brother.
Be a punch in the gut.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, hey Stan, I got the Pistons job. That would be funny. Yeah, anyways. What else happened since Kanye's back on Twitter. Do you follow Kanye on Twitter?
No, he tweets too much.
He tweets too much. I followed Kanye on Twitter, apparently. I followed Kanye on Twitter a really long time ago. And then he just got back on Twitter, so my feed was just... You're right, he does tweet too much. But my feed was just an explosion of Kanye West. But, yeah, he's been providing some incredible words of wisdom to the general public. I meant to, before we started, to pull up some of my favorites, but I guess I shouldn't say favorites, but pull up some of the most interesting ones, but I didn't. Yeah, so I don't really know why we're talking about this anymore. Oh, yeah, he's been tweeting about Trump a bunch. He wants to make America great again. My phone's buzzing. Yeah, there's Kanye. He's back on Twitter. Anyways. And also, the Walmart yodeling kid went viral. What do you think about that? Have you heard his new song?
Mm-hmm. I like the remix. They play the remix in bars.
I do like I like the remix a lot. That's one perk about being 21 is you can hear the yodeling kid remix when you go to the bar. It's one of my favorites. No, have you heard his new song Famous though?
I actually heard it was decent.
I listened to it, but that kid definitely has a ghostwriter.
Oh yeah,
he doesn't write.
Sure.
He doesn't write his own rhymes. Yeah, but I saw an interview with him and he's 11, I think. I done my research. He's 11 years old and he's pretty well spoken. But also one thing I don't get is he's from Illinois. I thought he would have been from Nashville or something.
More south?
Yeah. Illinois? I don't know. Must be southern Illinois. I don't know. Or I thought he'd be from Des Moines.
My English is correct.
Yeah. Another thing that happened since the last episode of the Devin J. Swiftney podcast, Luke got a grade 2
tendon tear
in his ankle. We were playing basketball the other day. But he's not going to miss an episode, though.
Mm-mm.
He's playing through it.
Nope.
So, he's still here. So, all of you that were worrying about him. Anyway, I like that yodeling kid. I think he has a bright future. If he's listening, Mason, if you're listening, you know how to find me. Come on the podcast. I have a couple of questions. Is anyone... There won't even be people to answer these questions in the chat, I don't think. But maybe later on when they're listening. Maybe Luke can help answer these questions, but is there anyone in the chat? Are people watching this?
Mm-hmm. No one's chatted yet. But
okay.
Yes.
Did anyone put #poop shoes in the chat yet?
Nope.
Don't forget, guys, I'm handing away the shoe that I stepped in poop with. It's clean, disinfected. I'll sign it. It's going to be a giveaway. But I have a couple of questions. First one, where does bottled water come from? Where do they get that water from? Any idea?
No.
I know they probably, clean it and stuff. How do they clean it? With water?
Filter.
I guess. But, where yeah.
It's just filtered water in a bottle. But where does the water
Where's the water come from?
Lakes.
The Great Lakes? Yeah, I don't know. Do they have a big rain catch at HQ, company headquarters?
The ground.
So Aquafina's just got a big rain catch. Maybe, I don't know.
Wells.
Or I don't know. See, I want to, I don't know. How about this one? How many holes does a straw have? Does it have one hole down the middle or two on each end?
One hole down the middle. Imagine if you had this cup and there was a hole in the bottom of it. There wouldn't be two holes, would it?
Well, there's a hole on top right now. And if you put a hole on the bottom, then you'd be adding a second one. That'd be a thick straw.
Well, imagine a tube. There's a tube.
Oh, I don't know. Is a hot dog a sandwich? I don't know.
Say you have a... What's a good way to put this? Say you have
I don't know.
a cylinder shaped like dough. You just take a cylinder out the middle. That's one hole. Like a donut.
I guess a donut has one hole.
It has two ends. But
so it's just a plastic donut, but a really thin and long one.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that was easy. Figured that one out. And then nobody knows the answer to that. Nobody in the entire world except for an elite few know the answer to this question. When the bus driver finishes his or her shift at the end of the day, how do they close the door? So, when you get on the bus, when you get picked up, they crank that little handle or whatever. So how do they close it? Like the bus driver goes, parks the bus. Okay, done with long day. Okay, I'm gonna go home. Gets off the bus, but the handle's inside. How do they close the door? Anyone in the chat? Anyone? Any former bus drivers listening today? That one has stumped me for a long time actually. Maybe we could look it up.
I'll try.
Maybe they get off the. Could they get off? There's no door on the driver's side, right? Of a bus.
No.
Maybe they get off the back. Someone suggested that.
Emergency exit.
Yeah, that would make sense.
You can open the doors by hand for safety reasons.
So how do they lock it?
A lock. A key.
That would make sense. No, that's too easy. I don't know. That seems like it.
When I learned how to drive a bus one summer, they had me reach through the driver's side window to the door closing mechanism. I would then manually slide the driver's side window shut. So he would reach through the driver's side window and then crank it shut and then close the window.
Like just push the window up?
Mm-hmm.
So you could break onto a bus just by going to the driver's...
This one says school bus driver here.
Oh. Hey.
On all of our buses that have an automatic gear-driven doors, we can put a separate key in a slot, like the one or the one in your car door, like on the outside of the bus. And he's talking about different buses.
Maybe we shouldn't have looked it up. It's more fun to debate this without knowing the answer. How does the bus driver close the door?
We can also lock the emergency door in the back with a side lock pin to keep people from climbing in the back. However, due to safety regulations, there is a starter interlock that prevents the bus from starting if the lock is engaged.
So it's that easy. That's too easy. I don't like that. Anyways. We started saying anyways a bunch at school and I hate it. Okay, can you pull up those? I have a couple of interesting articles that we're gonna look at. So this is via Fox News. One day ago. This guy was in Super Size Me, right?
I don't know.
This guy eats a bunch of Big Macs. It says Guinness World Record had him at 20. Excuse me. In 2016, he was tallied in at 28,788 Big Macs. Guinness World Record. And then, just now, one day ago, he ate his 30,000th Big Mac, and he's 64. So I just got out my little handy-dandy calculator. Bless you. I got out my handy-dandy calculator. He's 64 years old. That means per year he eats 468 3/4 Big Macs.
It's more than one a day.
I would have thought it would be more than that, though. 30,000 Big Macs. Let's say he didn't eat a Big Mac until he was 4. So that'd be like 60 years, right? 30,000 divided by 60. 500. That's if he didn't eat a Big Mac till he was 4. That's 500 a day. Wait, a day? A year?
But let's be realistic. Let's say he waited till he was 10.
Okay.
So he was 54. How old was he? 64. So 54 years of eating Big Macs.
30,000 divided by 54. 555.55555. That's a lot of Big Macs, man. I think if I had to estimate how many Big Macs, look at the picture there.
That's 1.5 Big Macs a day.
Jeez. Oh, man, I think I've probably had like 100 in my life. Dan Gorski bites into his 18,000th Big Mac at Fond du Lac High School on November 6, 2001. That's the picture. Man, he looks like he's still enjoying it, too. His 18,000th. What is that little green thing sticking out of that Big Mac? Are there pickles on Big Macs?
Yeah.
Look at those shades. And look at his look at his sweet lineup on his hair.
He looks like he's in the Beatles.
He definitely. Oh, I didn't know Dan Gorski was a Beatle. He actually does look like a Beatle. thought that was pretty. I'm pretty sure this guy was in Super Size Me. Like the main dude, he consulted with this guy, because this guy's the Big Mac expert. I wonder how many Whoppers do you think he's had? I think they talk about Whoppers on Super Size Me. He asked this guy, he's like, he had one Whopper or something and he hated it. 30,000 Big Macs. 25,000 Big Macs, May 17th.
So he had 5,000.
Yeah, we can break this down a little more. So May 17th, 2011 was 7 years ago, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we had 5,000 in 7 years. Divided by 7. 714 a year.
Oh my god. So if he kept that up,
divided by 365, that's 1.95 a day, round up to sig figs.
So let's imagine he kept that up for, he did how many years? Wait, how many were there? Did he? 30,000?
30,000, yeah, in 64 years.
So oh my god.
Yeah, so if he keeps this pace going, they can see that picture, right?
So he's probably been doing it for like a little over 40 years at that pace. Yeah, they see that.
So if he lives till he's 80. Dang, that's a lot of Big Macs. If I had to guess. Well, this says despite eating the fast food favorite at least once a day, his cholesterol and blood pressure readings are both normal. He's not fazed in the slightest by these Big Macs. Not at all. Jeez. Not a paid advertisement for Dan Gorski. Congrats, man. Congrats. Oh, Don Gorski. I called him Dan for every time I said his name. He's a retired prison guard. Do they have Big Macs in prison? No. Oh, he started in 1972. Oh, no, he's eaten at least one Big Mac a day since 1972. Okay, that's gross. All right, how about that other article we got? This one's a little more interesting. I don't even want to talk about this. I just want to read the title. NBC News. Poop train carrying human waste cleared after months squatting in Alabama town. Parish, population 982, became the butt of jokes after complaining that the smell from the train was making the outdoors unbearable. I wonder what happened. I should have read the article. Alabama's poop train is no longer raising a stink. Jeez.
They love their puns.
Oh, so I guess it... yeah, that's why I wanted to read the title. So this train was just squatting in an Alabama town, and it smelled like poop. It carries human waste from New York City. Train car? Wait, so when you really poop, it goes on a train?
No. I think that's probably like...
a unique situation?
Well, no, those are probably like porta potty.
Oh, yeah,
things.
You're right. Where does that go?
They probably just have to manually take where the regular poop goes.
And where would that be?
I don't want to find out.
Weird. Okay. 982 people in Parish, Alabama. Well, I hope you guys get through it. Well, that was in April, so. But I hope the poop train's gone. Can you imagine that? It's like I feel like I smell mulch for one day, and it's probably a similar scenario. But that's terrible. Anyway, anything else?
Fortnite blew up.
Oh yeah, true. Fortnite did blow up. We're gonna be playing some Fortnite on the podcast pretty soon. We just have to figure out the logistics behind it.
Mm-hmm. We can do it. I can do it easy.
Easy. Okay.
I'm a wizard.
Yeah, you're right.
So we'll get a squad match going.
Yep.
Me, Dev, Max, Sid.
That's good with me.
Jeff will be at Sid's place too.
Yeah, we'll play squads, and maybe with Drake or Ninja.
Yep.
Just kidding. I'm terrible though, so.
You can watch my screen. No.
Yeah. No, I'm playing. So how would that? Okay, we'll figure it out. We're gonna play Fortnite soon. What else? Yeah, Fortnite blew up. That was probably when I started playing when we did our last episode.
Around Christmas.
And in the past 5 months, everybody and their mother is playing Fortnite. Even my little sister knows about it. She's playing. She played one time, but still. It's crazy. It's 2018, folks. Stay woke. Anything else? What else happened since the last episode? How long has it been?
Pats won the Super Bowl.
No, Eagles won.
Eagles won.
Eagles won the Super Bowl.
No.
Baseball started.
I'm so used to saying that.
Yeah.
Pats won the Super. Yeah, Pats won the Super Bowl.
Taxes, death. Patriots won the Super Bowl.
Lions still didn't make playoffs. Pistons didn't make playoffs. Red Wings didn't make playoffs.
Tigers are terrible.
Terrible time to be a Detroit fan, honestly.
Yep, Detroit sports fan.
MSU basketball didn't make past the first weekend.
I'm ready for football season.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's about it for this episode. That was half an hour, so I think that's a pretty good length, right? If you watch an episode of The Office, this was longer than an episode of The Office, right? Because that's like 24 minutes or something.
Yeah, just about.
So I think this is perfect then. This is what we'll keep it at. Maybe a little longer once we, like episode 2 will.
Well, yeah, if you're getting some Fortnite.
Yeah, and
that's one game.
Episode 2 we'll have a guest on, or at least the next episode where we're talking like this, there will be a guest here. So it'll definitely be 30, 40 minutes. I think that's perfect though. Anyways, don't forget to subscribe. Hashtag poop shoes in the comments. I'm going to give away the shoe I stepped in poop with. All right, guys. Thanks for listening. Bye.